You mentioned mature and culture, and there is a lot of veteran guys. Obviously, most of it's coming through the transfer portal, but Khani Rooths was a highly rated freshman coming in. What did you like about him? What jumps off the tape at him when you said, hey, let's get into the mix and see if we can get him here?
Yeah, Khani is just a crazy versatile player. He's obviously great length. I mean, his wingspan is ridiculous. Skilled, athletic, just I think has a chance to be a great college player, down the line. I mean, as a freshman coming in with a lot of older guys, right? Which I think will be great for him. Be able to learn, obviously, just how to carry yourself, how to act, how to work, and things like that. But I think his upside is crazy high.
Awesome. When you do have so many, a completely brand new roster, it's a new world in college basketball. Do you think it's going to be a challenge to get all these different personalities that come from different schools, different systems to connect real quickly?
Yeah, I mean it's a heck of a challenge, but I think in the college basketball world, with the transient nature of the transfer portal and things like that, that's a challenge for most programs. And I think part of the secret sauce, if you will, to achieve success in this era is being able to do that. And I thought we've had great success the last couple of years with Charleston. And obviously we've had certain players with continuity coming back, but we've added significantly from the transfer portal over the last couple of years. And I have a lot of faith and confidence in what we do and in my staff in being able to put a team together in a short amount of time. The summer period is very, very important in that regard, right? They're getting indoctrinated to the weight room with the best strength coach in the country, Eli Foy. And I tell the guys all the time, like, hey man, for this first couple of weeks, you're going to take a step back. You're going to get your butt kicked. It's like the military, man. He breaks you down before he builds you back up. But you talk about secret sauces. That's one of our secret weapons. Is Eli's been with me so long, and I truly believe he's the best strength and conditioning coach in the country.
Well, you mentioned that not many strength and conditioning coaches are also the general manager or whatever the other title. He's kind of chief of staff. He's right there. He knows you very well. You know him very, and it's kind of a good working relationship, isn't it? You have to have somebody like that on your staff. Not that others aren't.
No doubt. Brian Cloman's been with me the longest, man. That's my right hand man. Like he is beloved and respected in this business. Thomas Carr just did a phenomenal job for us the last couple of years at Charleston, national reputation. Ronnie Hamilton, gosh darn, you mark it down, that cat's going to be a head coach soon. He's terrific in every facet. Jermaine Okegbu played for me at Winthrop's, now an assistant coach on the floor. Terrific teacher of the game, relationship, recruiter. Michael Cassidy, who's one of the brightest basketball minds, young basketball. In the NFL, they have these crazy young guys over there that are brainiac masterminds that can that's Mike. Mike is a basketball savant. I just love to get in the lab and talk hoop with him, and he's so innovative and outside the box. And I could go into my administrative staff. Those guys kill it. They're awesome. Love them. They fall on grenades for me. You know what I mean? They believe in what we believe in. I know I'm getting away from your question, but it goes back around to Eli. I say all the time, Eli is the program, just what he's about. When you meet him, you see it. Recruiting, he's phenomenal. Relationships, ridiculous. Trust his counsel. We pride ourselves on toughness and competitiveness. I just think that mentality is formed and forged in that weight room. We go to the jump circle, and we don't look different than the team across. In fact, we usually win the jump circle. It's not just about looking bigger and stronger. It's about athleticism, increasing athleticism. It's about injury prevention, right? Body composition. All that is very, very, very important to me.
Adding pieces all the whole time. When you add a guy like Chucky, who started 103 games, we go back to what you said about the experience and a maturity level. That dude has been through pretty much everything in one of the best conferences, in the country. How big is it to have a guy like that?
Yeah, Chucky's a point guard's point guard. I don't know if that's saying it the right way, but he truly is, man. I've said this many times, and it sounds cliche, and I probably overuse it, but my mentor, Skip Prosser, used to say, great point guards, you give the ball to him at 7 at night, and give it back to you safe and sound at 9. Mm-hmm. You know, and he's that type. You talk about starting over 100 games, the Big Ten, point guard of the Big Ten championship team. You know, just a terrific all-around player. And you know, one of the things that he's most known for is his defense. He's one of the best on-ball defenders, you know, probably in all of college basketball. So, you know, we're lucky to have him. Chucky's a great kid, a great leader, and really, really good player.
Ali Khalifa's a guy that a lot of schools want. I mean, he's a big guy that can kind of do it all. He's not just a post up, but he can dish the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, you know his game. Although he's redshirting, how big will it be to have somebody with his experience?
Yeah, I mean,
on that team?
it's almost like he'll be an extension of the coaching staff. I almost feel like he is.
Yeah.
You talk about I use Mike Cassidy as a basketball savant. Ali Khalifa's another stinking level in terms of basketball intellect and IQ. I mean, just go online and Google him and passing, assist. And it's mesmerizing. I think he's one of the best passing bigs of this generation in college basketball. You know, James Scott is just such a basketball learner, right? And he was talking to James and he was talking about James like throwing out of the high post and all the passes that he makes. And he told him, he goes, man, you just got to have the guts to throw it. You know what I mean? He goes, early on in the preseason in practice, you might turn over a little bit. I'm like, hey, slow down. I want to turn over. But no, it'll be great.
Yeah.
It'll be great to have him. And Kobe the same way. I mean, Kobe just so bright, so mature, and knows my system so well. So be great resources for both of those guys.
Last one, as you now have a roster here. you're doing some things, but there's still a lot to be done. Can you just kind of take us through quickly, and I know it's hard to, scheduling, and now from here until, how much you got to do recruiting, you got to look forward to, to it's not going to be all transfer portal guys every year. So you've got scheduling, you've got recruiting, you've got guys here. The first 70 days have been crazy, but the next 70 are just as crazy because you've got a team now.
Yeah, I mean, it never ends, as you know. In collegiate coaching, you're a CEO as well, right? You got to spin a bunch of plates, obviously, being out in the community and recruiting obviously is really important, marketing our program, building our stinking team, putting a schedule together. But I have a magnificent staff, not just my basketball staff, the administration, and all the people in academics and media relations and promotions, marketing, ticketing. So I have a ton of support. But I mean, obviously, if I had to, this is an obvious statement. If I had to prioritize, number one, I always say the three most important things in running your program are always your players, and your players, right? So obviously they're priority number one, but we'll be ripping and running, being all over the 502 here over the next several months before we tip it off at the Young Center in a couple months.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right.